Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Brandy. For those of you who might be new, I have been not away for a while, but I've noticed that between my last nursing video and this video that's coming out, I have gained quite a few subscribers. So for those of you who are new, my channel's name is Being Brandy, and it's about me, Brandy, and showing my life as a single mom and in nursing school. I've been focusing heavily on nursing school and kind of dipping and dabbing into motherhood, but I have more things planned for motherhood in May. So stay tuned, tell your friends, and let's go ahead and roll right into this video. This will be just some tips for your first semester nursing students, and these are things that I have learned this semester that have kind of helped me when it comes down to like adjusting and things like that. First tip that I have for you guys is to eliminate distractions. Yeah, and you want to eliminate your distractions throughout the whole entire semester. Like, once school started in January, I just completely turned my phone on silent. I only get the notifications. Like, I get all my notifications, I just can't hear them. So if I have my phone face down and I'm studying or I'm in class, yes, my text messages and calls can still come through, but I won't see them until after. So just because when I am focusing on something, I need to focus on something, you know? And like I said, I am a single mom. So for others who are parents while in nursing school, sometimes your kid can be a distraction. And for me, in studying, it helps for me to get out of the house and go to like Panera Bread, go to Starbucks, just get somewhere where I'm away from Riley, just so I can really focus, take in a lot of the information for like 2 or 3 hours. Number 2, which this is so big and you never know how important this is until you get into nursing school, but study with a group. Find your study group and you guys set a time weekly, every other week, the week before the test, whatever, and study together. But the trick or the key to study groups is to study first. Like, if you go to a study group and you don't know anything, it might be beneficial because then you'll see like, oh, you guys know all of this, now I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna study. But trick to nursing school is once you have studied and reviewed, once you get to your study group, that's when it's time to talk about things, and it's time for you to like teach each other the things. Because if you can teach it, you can test on it and you can pass. If you can teach it, you know it. Tip number 3, and this is important, which is why I put it in the top 3, but it's to practice self-care. How simple, right? No, seriously though, nursing school can be very exhausting. It can be very draining. And then when you're in nursing school, you're not just in nursing school. Like, life doesn't stop. So things in our world are continuing to happen and you're extra exhausted and you're extra drained. So you need to practice self-care. You don't have to always be in a book 24/7. Like, I promise you, people tell you that like nursing school is go, 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 go. And it is. They're not lying. I'm always and constantly on the go. There's stuff for me to do right now. But you have to know when to shut it on and when to shut it off. You know what I'm saying? It's important to take those breaks. Mommy. Hey, girl. Mommy. Tip number 4 is to attend all of your classes, attend all of your labs, and obviously go to clinical. But for class and lab, you want to prepare ahead of time, and you want to go to all of them. Like, just last class, I had a professor who was like, there's 80 of you guys in this classroom. There should never be a time that I count, and I only count 65. And I was like, ooh, because I haven't missed a day of class yet. So I'm like, what y'all doing? Because I didn't get the memo. Where was my invite? But yeah, and that's true. Like, you shouldn't miss class. There are some times where you feel like, okay, this class was a waste of my time. I could have been at home studying. Like, we've had that conversation. I've had that conversation with my lab group. I've had that conversation with my friends. We've had that conversation with one of the lab instructors. But yeah, so there are some times in lab that or in class where you'll be like, wow, this is a waste of time. And I've even had times in like health assessment lab where I'm like, it's 3 hours of me just doing this health assessment. Oh my gosh. But I promise you guys, like in the end, when you're at the test and you're like, wow, because I was in class, I really understand this. Or she said this in class and they just asked this like verbatim, like if you get lucky like that. Where she literally talks about something and then it's literally on the test. You have to wait for those gym moments. And they do happen. It's not the whole test. It's not the whole test. Like for your first semester, your book is your friend. Your book is your friend. But going to class is beneficial. It is important to come just as prepared to lab because some of those things they expect you to know. Well, everything they expect you to know when you walk in, and then they're gonna fine tune it. Number 5, and this one is like just a moral kind of thing. Like, who raised you? Don't be a nursing school bully. Don't be one. Like, that's ridiculous. Think about you terrorizing, or maybe not terrorizing, that might be a very strong word, but just think about you putting down your fellow nursing students or the ones who aren't doing as well as you. Like, think about you putting them down and then going into a profession where you're supposed to be caring and compassionate and taking care of people in their most vulnerable times of their lives. To me, that makes absolutely no sense. But there are nursing school bullies. I have a girl in my lab group who, like, she had some friends and they were like, well, at least you didn't do as bad as so-and-so. And I was like, wow. It's just like, dang, that's really harsh, especially when this is our first semester. And literally, the content is not hard in your first semester, but you're still getting used to how these tests are. You're still getting used to being in nursing school. You're still getting used to balancing 3 schedules. You have a class schedule, you have a lab schedule, you have a clinical schedule. You're still getting used to all of that, and then in the midst of it, while you're juggling all of that, you have your own personal life, and then you have nursing school tests. Yeah, so I really laughed at nursing school bullies because, like I said, you're going into such a caring and compassionate profession, but then you're mean to each other. Number 6, don't get caught up in your grades. Don't get caught up in your grades. This is something that I had to tell myself because I made, it was a passing grade, but it wasn't like my 90s. And I'm like, wait a minute. I like making 90s and above, baby. This one lady told me she was an LPN. And we had made friends in my psychology class. And she was like, they want you to at least make 80% throughout nursing school because it's proven that people do, like, if you were to like compare their NCLEX grade to their like nursing school grade, people do 5 points lower. So like if you are 80% nursing student, then you'll make like 75 on the NCLEX. That's what she said. Obviously, I don't know how true that is, but she was like, you know, 75% is still passing the NCLEX. That's why they say make 80s in nursing school. I don't know. You don't need to get caught up in your grades as long as you're making that 80%, as long as you are understanding the material and you can talk about it and you can teach it and you can apply it. Well, my last tip number 7, is actually to the family of nursing students. And for you guys, it is important to make sure that you are being supportive and that you're offering help and that you're being understanding. Nursing school is stressful for all of us. Just because you're not the one who's going to school and lab and clinicals every day does not mean that you're not gonna be stressed out, because you're gonna watch your loved one, whether that be your child, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whoever, you're gonna watch your loved one go through it. Like, there are going to be times when you're gonna watch them like literally wanna rip their hair out. But there's gonna be times when they're gonna tell you no, they can't do something, and time will be sacrificed. Just be patient, be understanding, and be there to offer help. Whether that means they need you to help them write some flashcards, or they need you to help them test on the flashcards, just offer help. Alright guys, so that wraps up the end of this video, and those are the last of my tips. If you're a first semester nursing student and you wanna add something that maybe I missed, put it in the comments below. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Bye. Oh my mama can't. We're in her big car seat.